we're on.
Perfect.
Are you humming I Want to Be Sedated?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah.
I know you hate the Ramones, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's never stopped you from.
Never has. It never will.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun,
dun.
dun. I wanna be sedated. Could be worse. It could like the Sex Pistols.
Oof.
That
Gross.
was my dad's idea of giving me like a real musical education, was making sure that I knew that the Sex Pistols was not allowed in the house.
I think that's good.
He was a smart man. Murray, how come every time I use your scratching post as my beer stand, you decide to scratch it?
Because you're using it and he doesn't like to share.
He loves this thing. It makes him very happy.
Hippie.
Hippie. Okay, so same old intro, drinks. Do you have any news you want to share?
I don't.
No news.
Not within the last couple of days.
Well, and we shouldn't because this isn't going to go out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just being on top of our shit.
Yeah, we are.
So cool. How many of these do you have?
How many of what?
These songs?
Oh, I was just going to talk about, like I said, I have way too much to talk about. I'm going to be fine.
Do
So
you have actual songs picked out?
I have songs and bands and genres and
Oh, I did not come prepared for this party.
that's to say, like I could make this, I can make this its own episode. So
It is
just
its own episode.
no, I mean like just of this type of like its own subsection of this stuff that I'm also going to talk about on top of instrumentals.
Oh.
But yeah, so you'll be the limiting factor, so the limiting reagent. So whatever you use, um, you can be the first, I guess, and then also last.
Okay.
Roger that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yee. All right, cool.
Yee.
Yee. So if we're gonna do that, do you want to do the intro?
No,
No, of course you don't. That would be silly. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
And what? How do I start the show?
Hey, hi, hello.
There it is.
Hey, hi, hello. But like one big word though.
There's no spaces.
Blah, 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 blah.
I don't do that. Don't you put that on me.
Hey, hi, hello.
Hmm. All right. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, fun. Hey, hi, hello, everybody, and welcome to this newest installment of Epic Rhythm and Brews. I'm part of your host. I don't know. Are we going to call ourselves? Is it host?
Uh, Guides,
Guides? Ooh, I like
Sherpas.
that. Sherpa. Musical Sherpas. I am your musical Sherpa, Lainey.
I like it. And I am the other one, Parker.
The other one. I like that.
Yeah, musical Sherpas. I think that's,
Musical Sherpas.
we're just a little different, right?
So not like everybody else.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, welcome back, guys. This we've actually got a pretty cool show for you guys. Today, this week, I don't know,
Yeah.
what the fuck ever. We're actually pretty stoked about it. Parker apparently has a lot prepared. I did not come prepared for this.
I'm over prepared
For
for once in my
for
life.
once, that's the only time it's ever happened.
Yep.
Ever. All right, cool. I guess we'll start off with America's favorite question. Andrew Parker, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Shiner Bock
Again?
because this is definitely not 2 days later that we're recording this.
It's
Several weeks down the road, and
It's
so
100% not.
yeah, it's the same thing because I still had some left over. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. What are you drinking?
Well, Mister, I'm gonna fuck up the continuity. I'm drinking. I'm also drinking a Shiner beer, but I'm drinking their summer seasonal that they just put out, the strawberry blonde.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's out now.
It's super good. I remember liked it before it was popular, but they earlier this year they had it as a like a brewer's specialty, whatever, and they only sold it in like the big bottles.
Yeah.
And I bought it then and it was really good. So now I guess now they decided to release it as a summer seasonal, which is fine. However, I was thinking about this earlier. What if they don't do the prickly pear this year?
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know, but if they don't, I'm gonna be sad.
No, they always do the prickly. They have to, right?
I would think so, but I don't know. I figured since they did prickly pear 2 years in a row, they would do it again. But what if they don't?
Yeah, I figured that's just going to be a staple now.
It better be.
It
I
it
love the
should
Shiner
be. Yeah.
seasonals. I really do love the Shiner seasonals. They're always so good.
Yep.
The cheer is my fave.
Oh
When
yeah.
it gets to be around the cold times, you guys, that'll be every December and January episode. What are you drinking? Cheer. That's it.
Like I have been for the past 2 weeks. Yeah,
Stupid.
it's good stuff.
But yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're drinking. We're pretty stoked about it. Go figure. Two Texas people drinking the Shiners.
Right?
It's so good, you guys.
Yeah, it is.
So good. We don't really have a ton of music news. I'm sure that there's things happening in the musical world. We're just not plugged in enough to know. So if you're coming here for your up to date news, you're a
Yeah, you are
fucking
in the
moron.
wrong
Yeah,
place.
this is
You are in
not
the wrong place.
wrong party, friendo.
Yeah.
Try again. So
Yeah.
yikes. But we'll go ahead and move on to our main topic. So we have kind of been talking about doing the show for a while. I don't well, I wasn't saying I don't know about you, but I do know about you. We both have kind of the same feelings towards music in that like there doesn't have to be lyrics to make it a song. And I
Yeah.
get super frustrated with people who don't listen to instrumental songs because there's not
The
any
musical, the
lyrics.
voice component.
Yeah, I don't actually think that's necessary. And that's coming from a big fat nerdy choir kid.
And even sometimes a voice or vocal track can, you know, mess up a what could be a good instrumental.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of in fact one of not Kanye's last album, but the album before, I was like, I would take this album without any of Kanye's lyrics on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would totally take that.
Because I mean, that album, the production is really, really good.
Fantastic production.
He still has, still has got his good beats and still makes good music. But
Yeah. Was that
and
Yeezus? That was Yeezus.
yes, and then he
Yes.
starts throwing his oddball
His
lyrics on top of stuff, and it just
ridiculous on top of it. It's like we get it. All right, we get it.
yeah, just quit while you're behind. Like,
So that being said, Parker and I figured maybe tonight we would share with you guys some of our favorite instrumentals.
yes.
Yes.
Well, you apparently you went more for actual songs.
Oh, you mean like I went for the actual topic that we discussed?
Right, and I went for more of bands and I guess more of a generalization, I guess, of the topic.
More of a feeling.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna get more into a lot of my music I listen to is instrumental. It's just that's a and you'll learn more with the type of the genres and stuff that I listen to a lot. A lot of it lends itself to being non-vocal.
You
So
guys, he's just like really cool and like that's
yeah,
just like what he goes for, you know?
but I definitely think that we're one of the better people to talk about an instrumental podcast because we both of us listen
Oh,
to a lot of
really? Why is that?
because we both listen to a lot of instrumentals.
That's actually very true. The hardest thing for me to do this topic, by the way, was definitely to not include movie scores because that's going to be a different show.
Yes, yeah, that's a whole another can of worms.
Ooh, baby.
Oh baby,
Ooh, baby. Because that's when I'll come to the party like ready to go. I don't know why I keep calling it a party.
this is a party.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean I'm having a party right now. We got drinks, got music. I mean, what more do you need?
There was
for a
more
party?
food and less people. This would be one hell of a party.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to start off with? You can just start talking, and then I'll kind of see where everything's going, and I'll start jumping in.
Oh, like every other show?
Yes,
There it is. All right. Yeah, I can start.
go for it.
All right. So my first pick is a song that I've mentioned on the show before, but it is, and these are in no particular order. I feel like that doesn't have to be said. You guys know we're not that organized. Duh.
Yep.
So my first one is a song called Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny, which was a duo back in the 50s,
50s,
60s,
yeah.
like
That's a
the late 50s.
yeah, I think so.
But it's a song you all know it. You just don't know that you know it.
That's a deep
Um
cut.
it's a deep I kind of, I guess. It's a really heavy pedal steel song. Shocker of all shockers, I fucking love pedal steel like a lot.
Right.
Like I'm into it.
Me too. I even nowadays when bands have a pedal, I appreciate that.
I'm down for it always. In fact, I have an entire album of like Hawaiian pedal steel because I'm a fucking weirdo.
Do you really?
I do. I like vintage hula music.
Wow. So
I
is
s-
this like what era is this stuff from?
with the Hawaiian music?
Yeah.
It's like that like 60s luau kind of shit. Like it's stuff that you would hear if you went
It has like
into
the Beach Boy vibe to it.
no, it's way older than that. I feel like it's a little older than that. It's more like what you would hear if you walked into the Polynesian resort at Walt Disney World.
Oh, right. I know exactly what you're talking
Sorry.
about.
It's more like it is. It's like that 60s, like when the tiki bars and shit were like really big, that like 50s, 60s, like early 60s thing.
Right.
It's like that.
Okay.
So I love it. I'm super into it. And this song, I really love this song because the cool thing about it is I feel like the um the pedal steel like it like replaces the lyrics in the song.
Hmm.
It's like it sings for it, which I really, really love. But it's just really, really pretty. It's a short little thing, but I love it. And it's got like just the instrumentation in the whole thing is really, really good. It's a short little song. It doesn't take 5 seconds to listen to. But when you hear it, you'll immediately recognize it. And I'm sure you hear it in all kinds of random like movies and stuff. But it's so good. I love it. It's just like a sweet little song, and it can one of the reasons that I like instrumentals so much is you can kind of interpret them any way you want
Hmm.
because there aren't any lyrics to like make you think one way or the other, which is another theory I have as to why people don't like them because people don't like to think for themselves.
Oh.
Ooh. Anyway, sorry. But
But yeah, I like that part of the instrumentals is that even though there isn't a voice, there's usually a instrument that takes that, I guess, that voice aspect that kind of carries the song and kind of brings you through the song with it, you know?
absolutely.
Which is pretty cool because they can do different things that a voice can't do, you know?
Absolutely.
Which is nice. And there's not a person, and it's just you can do more things with that and create a different song without having a voice. I think that's
I
really,
love
really
that. I
awesome.
think that that's really cool. I think,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So, but it's so good. I greatly appreciate it. It's so delightful. But yeah, 1959, that's when it came out.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Sound, which is right about right. And what I love about it too is that it's like considered like surf rock because of I guess the era or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
which I really like a lot of that music too because I'm a fucking dork.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that's my first pick. I love that song and I'll plug it any opportunity I get.
You should.
Yeah, because I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. People don't know it enough. Oh, and also Deftones do a really good cover, which we talked about in our covers episode. Super good. If you haven't checked that out yet, what the fuck are you doing?
Whoa.
Go do it right now.
Whoa. Yeah, and there's another kind of bridge between instrumentals and covers. A lot of people do covers of a song, but they do it strictly instrumental.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like that because they take the song, but then they take their voice out of it, so it kind of removes them from people thinking that you have to have that certain voice with that song, and
Absolutely.
you can play with it a lot more without having that voice attached to a particular song. I think that's
Exactly.
probably why they do that a lot, and I like it. It
Agreed.
makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll start, and then I guess we can. It goes into what you've been doing in your classroom, and you alluded to this
Ooh.
yesterday or a couple days ago,
Weeks ago. Weeks ago.
weeks ago,
I guess.
that you've been playing them instrumentals in class, and one of the heavy ones in rotation is a band called Scale the Summit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a band that only plays instrumentals. I guess you wouldn't really even consider it an instrumental. Just they just don't have a singer because they never found one, and they just decided to just play their instruments and not have a singer.
Oh my
I think
god.
that's really awesome. But it kind of goes into a larger scope of if you're into that kind of music, then you would probably really like the genre called post rock, which is I think the majority of those bands that are in that kind of vein don't have singers. They just play their instruments, and I really really dig that because you don't need a singer, and they do a lot of really cool things and get really really expressive with the instruments that they have, and are usually really really good at their instruments that they play, which I guess people would know that I'm a big fan of people knowing how to play their instruments.
I'm not. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's just really good, and there's a whole slew of bands that are like that. But if you're interested in, I guess, rock music that has a lot of, I guess, depth and feeling to it, then Scale the Summit would be a really really good place to start. And there's not a ounce of vocals anywhere to be found with
Nope.
all of their songs, and they have
Not a one.
three records out, I think.
I
But
have no idea.
I think so. But yeah, I said even you play for your kids sometimes, and it's really can be pretty crazy, but a lot of times it's pretty relaxed, chill
Yeah,
music.
I'm playing like the mellow stuff for them.
Which yeah, I said they which is cool about the band because they have a lot of different types of music. Like it can be really really like heavy math rocky kind of stuff, or it can be like real chill. Let's just hang out music, and I really really like that. So that's the first, I guess, the first band that came to mind when you said instrumental, because that's a heavy rotation in my listening repertoire.
Yes, it is. It's got to the point I had never heard of Scale the Summit until I met Parker, and now it's to the point where I can pick a Scale the Summit song out of like him playing random
Oh yeah,
instrumentals.
oh absolutely. You can, yeah, they have a very distinct sound.
Yeah, that's a fun game we play.
Oh, did you? There's a TV show called Beat. Um, what's that app where it tells you what song it is? Where you hit it and it tells you.
Shazam?
Yeah, it's called like Beat Shazam.
Oh, I would be so good at that.
Yeah, we would be a super awesome team.
We really would. I played something like that at school and totally freaked out my team of teachers that I work with because they would play something and I would like slam my fist on the table and be like, "This is it!" And just,
Getting like aggressive, like
yeah,
competitive.
like yelling it. I was like, "This is-" and it was like easy shit too.
Like, why is this crazy lady
Yeah.
yelling?
They were like, "Okay, all right, cool, we got it. All right." Like,
You're like, no, no, you don't get it
no.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oops.
what's your next pick?
My next pick. I don't have like
Yes.
bands, but whatever. It's fine. So my next pick is actually a bluegrass song. And Parker's
Is
not gonna
it
be surprised at all when I say this. What do you think it is?
uh turtle stampede or stampede by turtles or whatever?
Trampled by Turtles?
Trampled by turtles.
No, it's not.
Ah, damn.
It's a song by the way, if you don't know that Steve Martin can play the banjo, then
No, not play the banjo. Play it really, really well.
yeah, like really well. Like you guys, like he
His own
like
albums.
yeah, and like created like an award for like playing the banjo.
Yeah.
Like he's really good at it. Like really, really good at it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
crazy good at it. Like people want to play with him.
Mhm.
And not because he's Steve Martin.
But because he just like shreds
The fucking banjo.
the banjo,
Yeah, he's amazing. I love Steve Martin just in general, just like in my
right?
day-to-day life. And the fact that he plays the banjo makes it so much better. But he also plays one of my favorite instrumentals, which is a song that he did with the Steep Canyon Rangers. Um, which is called The Great Remember. And then in
Oh,
parentheses,
yeah.
it says for Nancy. And there's something about the fact that that's totally dedicated to somebody that just makes me want to throw myself out a window because it's so sweet. Like, I love that. It's just, it's so pretty. And it's got something about like the movement of the song is just really pleasing because it's sweet and it's kind of slow, but it's not like it's got a really, really good pace to it. It's beautiful. I love it so much. And the banjo in it is really, really good. And that whole album is super great. You should totally go listen to it. It's got a ton of really great instrumentals on there. Um, I also just will love Steve Martin until the day that I die. And so,
As you should.
God, I just love him so much. But he's just so wonderful. Um, just so perfect. Yeah, it's off the album Rare Bird Alert, which you should go listen to. It's really good. There's a ton of really great songs on that album, like the song called Rare Bird Alert. That's a great song that starts it off. The Dixie Chicks make a random appearance on one of the songs, and it's awesome.
Oh, the Dixie Chicks.
But like doing what they're known for doing, which is like singing in incredible harmonies and being beautiful. And I
Yeah,
love it.
I always forget that they're a band.
Yes.
Are
They're
they?
like still a thing. I have a friend that lives in New Zealand who went and saw them.
Oh, I guess they can only get work in New Zealand now.
No, they can get work anywhere. They still tour everywhere.
Really? Do they have like
Yes.
new music and stuff?
Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
Is it any good? Have you?
I have no idea. I haven't listened to it. I don't listen to country music anymore.
I might
So
have to, because back in the day, Dixie Chicks. I mean, they were.
they're killing it.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
They were killing it.
So stupid.
But yeah. So but yeah, the Great Remember. It's so pretty and so wonderful. And I play it in the car all the time. And Parker's probably heard it a million times without even realizing it because I play it all the time.
Yeah, I could probably pick that song out now.
Pretty easy. It's just so good. I
Mhm.
love it. But yeah. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Lainey really likes the bluegrass. Go figure.
Hey, good to know.
It just speaks to my little East Texas heart.
Oh.
So, all right, dummy. What's your next one?
My next one is another band that I think everybody in the world should listen to
Oh God, he says this a lot, guys.
because it's really really good. So there's a band called Russian Circles that
Oh.
is really really incredible, and everyone should listen to it. And they are another kind of post rock band, no vocals at all in any of their songs. Um, yeah, Russian Circles, really, I guess, melodic without being like super technical, I guess, like Scale the Summit is.
Hmm.
And you would probably like them actually because they kind of get rid of that super technical-y stuff and kind of bring it more to I guess really slow kind of background music that kind of swells and grows and has a lot of feeling to it.
Hmm.
And I really really like how they approach songwriting, and a lot of it is a real slow burn or a slow build to
Ooh, I like
whatever
a slow
their
build.
right, yeah, to their eventual conclusion usually that they have in songs. And then as they go through the song, um, they play around with the melody and do that kind of stuff. But they're one of the first bands actually that I listened to in within that genre, and I was hooked immediately. And I started going through all of their discography, and it that kind of was the one that kind of let me branch out to a lot of these other types of bands. But really, really good stuff. More subdued, I guess, but that that slow build up that they have is it's hard to beat. Yeah, I am a huge fan, and everyone should listen to them. If you're like studying or driving or just need some background music, they're an absolute go-to. Um, yeah, all their stuff is good. So that would be my next pick for an instrumental, not just for the song, but just for the entire band. They're hard to beat. Yeah,
He's just giving you guys a lot of homework.
like I said, I can make this uh, like this whole genre of music. I can make this into several shows. just talking about every single one. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to talk about general instrumentals.
Hmm.
But these guys do it the best. They're a staple of that kind of music, and I highly recommend them.
Are you saying that they're simply the best?
Simply the best.
They're the
Yes,
best.
that is exactly what I'm saying.
All the rest. Okay.
Who sings that song?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Let's find out.
are you waiting for it?
Simply the best. Tina Turner? It is Tina Turner. I
Oh,
knew it was Tina Turner.
Tina
I
Turner.
knew it was Tina Turner. I know that voice anywhere.
Huh.
Tina.
With her, I guess like her bathing suit that she always wore, or like a
Hell yeah.
onesie, or
That woman.
whatever she.
My God. I wish. Never gonna look that good. Anyway.
In a black bathing suit on stage,
Never.
a onesie.
A woman. She's just wonderful.
She is.
All right. So my next pick, again, it's just one song because I'm an asshole and didn't realize that
I'm the
Parker.
asshole. You actually had like songs. I just
I didn't realize Parker was going to come quite so ready for battle.
dive into the deep end.
Yeah. Yeah. So my next one is from a Australian pianist.
Ooh.
Yeah. Named Sophie Hutchings. And she has a really pretty song that I like called By Night. Now, I have a weird thing. I enjoy the piano when it is played really well. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But pretty much any string section can totally steal me away from a piano. Easy breezy. It's not hard to do at all.
Yes.
So I usually get very like lost in like sometimes I find like really heavily piano driven stuff to be kind of like cheesy and boring. For example, like different Broadway musicals and stuff, if I feel like the score is like too piano driven, I get kind of annoyed. Especially if it's that really like body like Broadway piano.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I think
jeez. Yeah.
yeah. There's a musical called The Last 5 Years that I think does it correctly. Very piano driven, but very delicate and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't bother me as much. So, but anyway, so this girl, she, like I said, she's an Australian pianist. She's done a ton of crazy, awesome work. But I guess she's considered post classical.
Ooh, that's a
Mm-hmm.
new genre I haven't heard of.
I know, but she has this really
Post
beautiful
classical.
song called By Night. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's something about the, again, the expression like in the piano that she's playing. Like it's gorgeous. Like it's just very, like it does that same thing. It builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And it's just very satisfying. Like it's so pretty and it's very sweet and very soothing. And it kind of falls into that genre of songs that the first time I heard it, I like freaked out and had to listen to it like 1,000 times because it was so pretty. I like couldn't wrap my head around it.
And you wanted to throw yourself out a window?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to throw myself out the window. It's that specific anxiety. So,
Right.
like a totally normal person, doing
Mm-hmm.
great, guys. But it's just really beautiful. And I found it like randomly on Spotify. Go figure. Yeah, Spotify has, by the way, a playlist that is literally called the most beautiful songs in the world. Guess what? It's full of the most beautiful songs in the
They
world.
weren't lying, huh?
No, it really is. Like some of it, I'm like, all right, like I get it. But a lot of it is, it's really, really pretty. Just all the right keys,
Mm-hmm.
all the right lyrics. They know what they're doing. So,
Nice.
so good. So, so good. I love it. Yeah, that's my next pick. So why don't you go into some super detailed explanation of some movement that you like?
Actually, this is going to be slightly different.
Oh.
There's a band in
Mm.
the early '70s
Ooh.
called Funkadelic,
Oh, here we go.
and there is a song off their studio album called "Maggot Brain." Is the name of the album,
I
and
think I actually know what you're talking about.
wow, and the title song, first song of the album, is called "Maggot Brain,"
Mm-hmm.
and it is such a good song. It's basically just a 10-minute guitar solo,
Oh, I love
basically.
that.
Um, and if anyone likes that kind of music or knows who George Clinton is,
If you don't know who George Clinton is,
Yeah,
I don't know if we could be friends.
but yeah, he was the producer. And I think he might have had like he uh, wrote some of this song or something. But apparently, the story goes like there's kind of two parts of the song. But the first part, he told Eddie Hazel, which is the guitarist,
Hmm.
to play like your mother is dying, and the second half, play it as if your mother is going to live. It is one of the most. I mean, if you think like you've heard some guitar solos that really make you feel things, or like they really make it cry and sing, right? This guitar solo will probably beat all of the other guitar solos you've heard because it's constant for basically 10 minutes. One of the best guitar just playings I've ever heard. Incredibly, incredibly good. Everyone should listen to it. Great instrumental. Yeah. And it's basically just a guitar. It kind of slow hand style, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
But I mean, this is like early 70s, so like Santana, that kind of style.
I like early Santana.
Yeah,
Not so much when he started being like, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? Fucking hook up with the guy from Matchbox 20. That's what I'm gonna do.
and make a bunch of money.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of money. A lot of fucking money.
So yeah, Maggot Brain, really, really good song. Yeah, check it out. Worth the while for sure.
Good job, friend.
See that was a song.
That was a song I'm actually very impressed with you. It's a song I know too.
Oh, there you go.
Because of course I know I know who George Clinton is.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Duh. Avi.
Duh.
Duh.
Totes Obby.
Totes Avi. Yeah, he's also very heavily featured on that sound breaking docuseries that I talk about all the fucking time.
As he should be,
He should, yeah,
rightfully
exactly.
so.
Yeah, him, Sly Stone,
Woo.
fucking everybody that's ever worked with the Beatles.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, he should be. More people should know what he contributed, not only just to music, but just in producing out of this world stuff.
For sure.
Okay,
Love it.
yeah, you're up now, I
Oh,
guess.
oh, thanks. Put me in, coach. Okay, so my next one. This technically came off of a soundtrack, but I don't technically consider it a soundtrack. So we're just gonna,
What you got?
yeah. So I really, really enjoyed this particular album. Um, but let me give a little bit of background. So, um, Brian Ferry did okay. So when The Great Gatsby came out a few years back,
Hmm.
um, they did way more shit for it than they should have because it really wasn't actually that.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of really meta to do extravagant things for that
It
book?
is very.
Boom, got him.
It's very, very meta. Yes. But in doing that, they released like three different versions of the soundtrack, which was put together by like Jay-Z. Go figure. Um, but they put like they obviously they released like the soundtrack, which is like all the different songs and everything that were put together for it. They released like the orchestral music from it, like all the scores and everything. And then they released like a blue jazz or they released a jazz album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I fucking bought because because that's the style of jazz music that I like. Like it's all from that era. That's a little bit more my style, which I was
Yeah.
super stoked that they did that too because like I don't need all the like the hip hop remakes of everything.
No, no one
Um
does.
I just don't like that's not really
I don't
my
know why
thing.
they're trying to make that a thing, because it's not. Does anyone actually like that?
I don't know. But it's literally it's the jazz record it's like it's a selection of like yellow cocktail music is essentially what it is. So it's some New
Okay.
Orleans jazz, it's some like more like 20s style stuff. I loved it.
Mhm.
But and it's Brian Ferry and the Brian Ferry Orchestra covering a lot of stuff.
Right.
But it's so good. Um but he does a cover of the Lana Del Rey song
Oh yeah, I remember
He
that.
he covers Young and Beautiful, and I like
Yes,
it better than the original.
which is saying a lot.
It is because the original, I love Lana Del Rey, and so it's just it's so good. It sounds completely different because it's
Hmm.
a little bit more upbeat,
Yeah.
but it's just God, I love it so much. Like I could listen to it all the time. Like it's so pretty, and they do such a good job, and it's like they still kind of get her overall spiel and like feel of the song
Right.
even without her singing it, and it's really really well done, and I can listen to it over and over and over and over and over. And if you haven't ever heard it, I suggest you go listen to it right now. It's so good. But yeah, it's Young and Beautiful, done by the Brian Ferry Orchestra. There's no lyrics, obviously, because it's an instrumental. Elaine, you dumbass.
Yep.
And I forgot what we were doing for a second.
Yeah.
So it's so good. This is a really good album, actually. So anyway,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That
yeah,
that whole. I remember you sending that to me when that movie came out,
yeah,
or I guess it came out like right before, right, or something like that. But yeah, I guess in a future episode we could talk about that because that was a really really good, like, better than I was expecting. I guess is the way to
yeah,
say it. Yeah,
so good.
I
God,
was
it's
not
so good.
expecting that to be that good.
It's so pretty. And like it's so well done too. It's so well put together. I think that that should have been like the soundtrack. I don't think that they should have done anything else.
Yeah. Well, that whole soundtrack wasn't around half of that covers and stuff,
Yeah.
and like
Oh yeah,
it's
there's a really really good cover of Back to Black that obviously Beyonce does. But Brian Ferry covers it too, and it's really good.
nice. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that later on
Absolutely.
because it definitely deserves its own piece.
For sure. It's a hidden gem. Don't let the shittiness of that movie ruin it for you.
Yeah,
A terrible rendition of that beautiful story, but
yeah. Separate out the movie from
yeah.
the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm a literature whore, so I like really, really like that book.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't. I like it,
that's okay.
even though Daisy Buchanan fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh God. Anyway, what's your next one?
My next one is one that you're really really gonna hate.
Oh, fun! I love this game.
By the band Metallica.
Ah,
There's a song off their Ride the Lightning album, which
oh,
is
good.
also a really good album, called the Call of Cthulhu,
Why do
which
I know what
is
this is?
because it's a really really good song. Um, yeah, it's really good because especially with that kind of music that they were making, like power metal, like jugga jugga jugga, that kind of stuff.
God.
Not having any lyrics was kind of weird for the time, and I guess even still now. But it doesn't matter because it's incredible. And if even if you don't like Metallica, if you can appreciate, you know, metal music that doesn't have any lyrics in it, it's really good.
You
And
think it changed them as a band to have to go through the hardship of having a song where they didn't repeat the words like pain like over and over again? Do you think that was hard for them?
well, well, actually, Metallica, I don't think they really had much
I
like.
don't know. I don't fucking care. I don't like Metallica.
They were more angry than pain, you know,
Yeah, they're angry about
about their
their
pain.
pain because they're so mad.
It really pissed them off.
hmm They're mad. That's what I think of when I
Real
think of
mad.
Metallica. I just think of a bunch of dudes with ridiculous hair and beards. Like, we're really mad.
I mean, you're not too far off.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, that's my next. And also, I the song is interesting because it's not the Call of Cthulhu. It's Ktulu. It's yeah, it's almost like a ripoff.
What a bunch of
Anyway,
bitches.
that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
Really?
really.
Metallica ripped someone off and then got all pissed off at Napster? Really?
Oh yeah, I don't even want to talk up. I can separate the artist from the music
I know you can. I'm
because
just fucking with you.
I am not a big fan of Metallica as people.
That's okay.
Oof. Yeah.
I'm still waiting
Anyway.
on that Metallica Gaga tour though. I am
Oh, dude,
down.
yeah, I would. I mean, you would never be able to get tickets for it because it's Metallica, but
I'd find a
and
way.
Lady Gaga together, Like you would sell out in not even 5 minutes. Like there's no way you would able to get a. You'd have to get lucky that you press the enter button at the right time, basically.
Yeah, probably.
But I would love to see Lady Gaga just screaming her heart out while Metallica is just going ape shit in the background.
That'd be amazing. Well, she's like
Right?
a really good singer too. Like
Yeah.
people don't give Stephanie enough credit. She's really good.
Oh, are you guys on a first name basis?
Yes, she's also like a real ass bitch, and I love that.
You and Steph, you guys
And
go way
Steph.
back? Hmm.
Oh my God, she's from New York. You know that she goes by Steph. Like,
Probably.
like you know that.
Yeah. So that is my pick, or one of them.
The thing. It's a thing that
Another
you
thing
liked.
that I did.
Good job.
Hmm.
Good job, friend.
Thanks.
All right. So, I'm coming close to the end of my list. I got two more.
Okay.
Just
Go through both of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you.
So there's a song called 2214, all one word, by the album Leaf. I don't know a ton about this band because I'll be honest, I just didn't research them. I just have always heard the song and I've always really, really enjoyed it.
Wait, what's the band name?
The album Leaf.
Oh, of course. Duh, Andrew. The album isn't called Leaf. You stupid idiot.
It's okay. But I just really like it. I randomly again was had on Spotify or Pandora or something one day and was like, I like that. That is pleasing to me. I want to listen to it over and over again.
Hmm.
But it's just a really pretty song. Go figure. There's some strings at the end that pull my ass in every time.
They pull on your heartstrings.
They do pull on my heartstrings, you dummy. So, but yeah, they use like a lot of different genres, like classical and the jazz and all that good stuff, and a little post rock and whatnot. And um,
Whoa, post
yeah,
rock. Okay.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. I really enjoy it. It's really, really pretty, and I like to listen to it. It makes me feel happy. Actually, not really. I like it. It's just pretty.
Okay.
So that's all I got. I'm a fucking noob. I have no business having my own show. Um,
Well,
and my
good
last one.
because we both have a show. It's not just your show.
Whatever.
Get off your high horse, right?
Whatever. But so my next one is a little song. It's a piece of some of my favorite kind of jazz, which is New Orleans jazz,
And why is that?
because it sounds dirtier than other jazz.
Ooh.
That's always I like it to sound a little less sparkly. I like it to sound a little more like gritty.
Okay. Can you answer me this question?
Probably not.
Why, just in general terms, is music that's made down south usually has that grittier feel to it? Do you know why that is?
It could be like a cultural thing.
Well, you
Maybe
tell.
it's like we can't, a lot of that music, a
Yep, yep.
lot of that music is like born out of poverty.
Hmm.
So what it could be is like a lack of classical training.
Well, even I'm talking about like even nowadays, or well, you could even tell the difference in like the '70s of like Southern rock was a little
Well, and maybe that's like a, testament to that culture. It's like because everybody's kind of self-taught,
right.
you
Not
know?
like those fancy Yankee boys.
Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just the sound. Like that would be my thought, like culturally, like where it would come from. But maybe it's just a thing of like we're just not as polished down here in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, just that even bleeds into music
Well,
itself.
I
I
say
don't
that
know.
at least the majority of us, not counting like the bourgeoisie that lives in like Charleston and shit.
Well, yeah, but we're talking. We're not talking about those people. We're
I'm talking
talking
about like
about just
normal people, like normal
the
ass fucking like mountain people and shit.
general. Well, not
Not
mountain
mountain
people.
people. I
Mountain people.
don't know.
But yeah, I'd buy that. Sure.
Yeah, that would be my thought. And just a lack of classical training.
Yeah.
So, but my pick is by an artist known with the best name, by the way, known as Jelly Roll Morton.
Jelly Roll Morton.
This song, I actually have kind of a funny story about this song. This song is also on that jazz album, that Great Gatsby jazz album. But when I heard it, um, I recognized it from somewhere. I don't know where I've heard this song before. I really don't. I don't know if maybe it was in another movie. I don't know if it was on some like random jazz album that my dad had when I was growing up that I would randomly put on. I honestly have no idea.
Hmm.
But as soon as I heard it, I recognized it and I freaked out because I loved it. But it's a very like New Orleansy, like jazz in the 20s kind of a song. It's so pretty. It's just very like kind of dark and dingy and just so
Southern.
good. Very southern. It's super southern. It's
Hmm.
very New Orleans too. I love it. It's so pretty. It's just got a very like I don't know. I hate to say the word raunchy because that feels so stupid.
Raunchy.
But it does. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little like I don't know, a little off. I like it. It's so good. It's so pretty. I like the jazz, but not like the new jazz.
Right.
Whenever someone's like, "Yeah, I really like this. You should listen to this jazz album." No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I
Was it created after the 40s? Goodbye.
yeah, I'm pretty selective with
Or
my
the 50s.
jazz. Yeah, when you start getting into like
70s jazz?
60s, really start
Yikes.
they start getting way too experimental and way off the rails, where it sounds like was that Parks and Rec episode where they played jazz like two different jazz songs?
Coltrane played
Yeah,
on top.
yeah. It's like our
Yeah.
listeners love jazz. Yeah,
Listeners love, they
it's
just
what it sounds
love
like to me.
jazz.
It's yeah. I like structure, I guess, with my music.
I don't really care about structure. I just want it to actually sound like a goddamn song.
Well, yeah, because yeah, but if you don't have structure, then it's hard to have a song. You need that like underlying like we're going somewhere
I agree.
with this, like
Not
taking it
just like
for a
this guy
ride.
did a fuck ton of coke in the back before we came on stage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not so much with that.
Hmm.
No,
I
no.
agree. Yes.
No, no. So, but yeah, I like it. It's so good. Me gusta. Me gusta mucho.
Me gusta mucho.
Yeah, you guys, I really like old school jazz. I think maybe like being a flapper would have been pretty cool.
Hey, and that plays into what we talked about several weeks ago with the 50s and that whole jazz stuff. I mean, that was the good stuff.
That was like the last like really good era of jazz, I think. And if you
Yeah,
don't agree with me, I don't fucking care.
before it started going off the rails.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. Like even like Coltrane's later stuff was real hard to listen to.
Absolutely. I can't when it
Real
starts
hard to
getting a
listen to.
little off the rails. Like it's just too much. Like
Yeah.
I get it. Like you're really artsy and like whatever.
Yeah, like, are you guys improvising or is this a part of the song? Like, I don't even
Yes.
know. Like, did you guys write? Like, is anyone paying attention right now?
Yeah, I'm down for improvisation, but like fucking play me something, yo. Like
Yeah.
stop like practicing. Now it sounds
Yeah,
like you're practicing.
you're just doing scales now. Like,
Yeah, all right. Like get
cut
it.
the arpeggios and let's,
I got it. All right.
you know, yeah.
I do music too. Yeah,
Right? Yeah, I know
dickwad.
music too.
All right. I know it
Well,
too.
I I mean, do we have time to talk about another thing, or are we kind of wrapped up?
We'll wrap it up a little bit. Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess this will kind of bleed into the album that I want to let you listen to anyway.
Oh,
It's a band called Frames, not The Frames, because if you type in The Frames,
something totally different.
a very different band will show up, and I don't like that other band, so it's just called Frames.
Okay.
They are instrumental band, kind of in the same vein of that post rocky stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna get to know them pretty well because you're gonna listen to them.
Well, before we get to that, do you want to get to us reviewing each other's homework from a
Yeah,
couple weeks ago?
yeah, I think we should do that.
All right, let's do that. You go first. Not it.
Okay,
There you go.
I was told to listen to Ben Folds 5, their song Kate. And when she
You're
told me
welcome.
that, I was like, Ben Folds 5 is like, whatever. And then I typed it in and listened to it. And I was like, oh, I know this song. I remember this song from a long time ago. I haven't
Yep.
heard that song, and it was a major blast from the past, and I really appreciated it.
You're welcome.
And then I was thinking that I don't obviously, well, probably obviously, Ben Folds 5 isn't really in rotation very heavy in my
No,
life. But I realized that every time I've heard a Ben Folds 5 song, I'm like, hey, these guys are pretty good. I've never been disappointed in them ever, which should I listen to them more?
probably. It's not Ben Folds 5, but Ben Folds for sure.
Oh, okay.
Ben
Oh yeah,
Folds is
because he
pretty talented.
he does a lot of his own stuff, right?
Yes.
Right.
Ben Folds is pretty talented. He's actually pretty cool dude.
Yeah. But Kate, if I'm sure a lot of people have heard of the song, they just don't know they do, or maybe I'm the only one that doesn't listen to Ben Folds a lot. But
I have no idea because I don't
I
know
don't
that
either.
many other people that know this song.
Oh well, it's a good song. It's right up in that era of the late '90s. It's a cute little song about, I guess, a little stoner girl that he was in love.
Yep.
So,
That was one of my favorite songs, by the way, at like the tender age of like 9,
oh,
which is why I wanted you to listen to it. I was like, I feel like he'll understand me better.
about him falling in love or having the hots for a girl that he knows he should
Yeah, who
be
like
with.
walks around the park barefoot and like
Yeah, a dirty hippie stoner girl.
she hands out the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It within the first 5 seconds, I had a smile on my face. I loved it because it brought me back, and it's a good song, wholesome song. Everyone should listen to it, and I guess I'm gonna listen to more Ben Folds. I guess
Hmm.
because I've yet to be upset about listening to one of his songs or their songs, I guess, depending.
There you go.
So that's my really official review.
Hey, cool.
It is cool.
Hey, cool. Good job.
Thanks.
I'm
All
glad you
right.
enjoyed it.
What did you listen to?
I listened to a song by the band Mutamath.
Mhm.
And I listened to the song Reset.
Yep.
And holy fucking shit, I really liked it a lot.
Dude, isn't that such a good song?
It's so good. And like the drums are really, really good. And it's just, oh, it's so much good, like all wrapped into one little thing. I really liked it a lot.
And
And
because I was thinking ahead and really planned it all out, is that an instrumental song?
yes,
Whoa, wow. I'm kidding. I really didn't. That was a complete accident. I didn't even realize that till today that it
I
was
don't
a,
fucking plan that much.
yeah. I wish. I wish I could say I planned it out, but alas.
But alas,
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really good song, right?
it really was.
And
It's really, really good.
I wish more of their stuff sounded like that.
I was going to say, I don't think that that's really their overall
It's not.
sound. Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's a big fat bummer.
Yeah,
But yeah,
because I stumbled on that song, and then I was like, oh man, these guys are pretty good. And then I looked up more of their stuff. And I was like, oh no, that's not what I was expecting.
mm-mm.
I was expecting something very different.
Nope.
Yeah, they gotta go like start singing and stuff. Ugh,
Ugh.
right?
Who needs that?
Yeah,
Who needs vocals?
that's what I'm saying.
I love it.
So, anything else you need to talk about?
No, we can do our player skip. That's the next thing that happens in this show.
Ooh, play your skit.
Ooh. So I'm gonna go ahead and do mine.
Okay, go for it.
I have a play,
Oh wow.
and my play is that fucking song you made me listen to.
Oh, the one that I just like your homework.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
because I really, really liked it. Like I listened to it quite a few times actually.
Oh wow.
Like a lot. Like now
So
it's like,
I did good, huh?
Yeah, you did really well. It was actually,
Or I did well.
Superman. You did
Well,
well.
sorry.
Um, but yeah, it was really, really good. I genuinely enjoyed it. And it made me want to like check out more Meat Math. And then again, I was like, oh, well, nope.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah.
That was a
Sucks.
bummer.
That was a bummer.
What about you?
My pick are novelty songs from the 80s. So
Are we going to do this again?
such songs as Africa by
Is
Toto.
this going to be the thing as we just mention Africa by Toto every show?
Not every show.
I think it might be every show.
Well, it goes into a larger, I guess, larger thing. But I'm other things such as Down Under from Men at Work.
You're welcome, by the way.
I'm talking about just the really basic novelty songs that like people or men without hats, like safety, like I'm talking about real novelty.
I had Safety Dance randomly stuck in my head the other day. I could not get it out to save my life.
That's really
Uh,
or Crash Test Dummy. So just go out and listen
Crash Test
to.
Dummies is the 90s, dummy.
Was that early 90s?
Yes. Are you thinking of that one, that song?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, that's the 90s.
Did they have another song? I
I
thought they
don't think
just
so.
put out a single and then that's
I
all.
don't know. But you know that song is named that literally because they could not think of a name for it, or like they couldn't think of any words for that part.
Oh, jeez.
Like they were just like, oh. And that guy, the lead singer of that band, can do like tube and throat singing.
Can he really?
Yeah, like he did it. I watched this
What?
thing on VH1 and he talks about it. He's like, yeah, that's like a hobby of mine. And then he like fucking does it.
Have you heard people do that? It's so
I've
crazy.
heard Lily Tomlin do it on Grace and Frankie, and it's delightful.
Wow. So, Flock of Seagulls,
He's so
go out and
stupid.
listen to just the terrible novelty songs
Go
from the
listen to some
80s.
Robert Palmer.
No, 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 no. But he's so like good though.
I know. I'm
I'm
just trying to
talking
give him
about.
an alternative.
But hey, is this your or my play or skip?
Carry on.
Uh-huh. So, novelty songs of the 80s. Just go live out every
Oh,
80s movie.
I do have a novelty one. Can I throw it in there?
Absolutely.
Pretty in Pink by the Psychedelic Furs. That was a song from the movie Pretty in Pink,
Hey.
starring Molly Ringwald. And Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield.
Jesse's girl.
I love that song.
Hey, that's the
Ooh, is that one song? Was that from the 80s? That outfield song, the Josie's on a vacation. Is that from the 80s?
What's the name of that song?
It's called Your Love. I think that's an 80s song.
Is it? By the Outfield.
Yes, I
Boy,
think that's
my
an 80s
80s
song.
music. Yeah, that is from that. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, my 80s knowledge is so bad.
Mine's pretty good, and I'm not proud of it.
Oof. So yeah, that is that's my play for the week. Listen to terrible. Some people would say good, but novelty 80s songs.
Dummies would say good.
You mean Crash Test Dummies? Boom.
Mm-hmm,
Roasted.
mm-hmm. Oh no, that song came out in 1996. Damn.
Yeah. So not that
Damn,
one. But
Daniel. Fine, just go listen to that song anyway. It's almost summer. It's time for that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Rad.
So, do you want to do some homework?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, sound the bell. School's in, sucker.
Wow. Moving on. So, I want you to listen to the band Frames, their album In Via, spelled IN space VIA. In Via. Really good post rock music, a lot of feeling and depth to it. I think you're gonna dig it.
We'll see.
We will see.
Okay. I don't have an original thought, so I'm going to assign you an album from a band that I have already talked to you about.
Okay, go for it.
I want you to listen to Magnificent Beast by the March 4th Marching Band.
Oh, that actually, I kind of wanted to listen to them.
Well, then there you go.
The Marching
No.
4th.
March 4th Marching Band.
March 4th Marching.
March 4th is one word.
Yes. And what's the album name?
Magnificent Beast.
Magnificent Beast.
Jeez.
Sweet.
Sweet.
I'm actually looking forward to listening to them because you talked them up so much,
They're just so
and
good.
I like listening to my favorite podcast about music, and I like listening to the great advice that those awesome people give.
JK, guys, he's never listened to the show.
I have listened to it
Mm.
after you told me to.
After I ordered him to.
Right.
Sounds about right. All right.
Any lingering things you want to talk about?
I mean, not about this show.
We can talk about Toto some more in Africa and how we've
Yeah.
both been listening to that still.
Like nonstop.
Yeah,
Like a lot.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
It has been.
It's
I
been a
actually
fun
played
little
it
game.
before my structure final. I
Did
was
you
playing it in
really?
class, and everyone loved it. I don't think
Oh,
anyone doesn't like that song.
I'm glad that you're using that to make more people like you.
Yeah. Hey, gotta do something.
I've been playing it in my classroom, but it's like really quiet, so my kids don't notice it. I just notice it and I like get my whole life from it.
Oh no, you gotta blast that song.
Well, I blast it once they go to specials.
Nice.
Just like in my classroom, just like spinning around.
Sounds about right.
Having a great time.
Okay. I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so we are going to have actually at this time our Spotify page will be up. So go over
Yes.
there and follow us and we'll add some stuff onto the playlists and just kind of a cool way to check out some of the music that we're listening to and if
Sure.
you've got any suggestions like feel free to
Let us
shoot
know.
it our way. Yeah, please rating on iTunes and all that kind of stuff. I probably won't read it. Parker probably won't read it, but our big boss Eugene will probably read it. He's always down
Yes.
for that. So feel free, go for it.
Please.
Do let us know though if you have any like give us a shout on like Twitter or Instagram or something if you want us to like do something because we'll actually hear you if you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll actually pay attention. Um,
Oh,
speaking
and
of which,
we're gonna be doing or we're gonna have a guest sometime, right?
yes,
Yeah. I think that'll be fun. I'm gonna do a guest appearance. We'll
you
talk about
tired of
awesome stuff.
just talking to me?
Yep.
Oh, cool. All right, good. Fantastic. All right, you asshole. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at epicallygeeky.com,
Mm-hmm.
where everyone can rate and do all kinds of cool stuff.
Nope, that's iTunes.
Oh, well, I was talking about more like commenting but you'd still have to go to there to find all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm also on Instagram at Make the Beer. I don't have any pictures yet, but I have one, so you can add me if you wish,
Feel free.
and I'll add you too.
No, he won't.
Yeah, well,
We'll see.
where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at It's a Bird, and you can find me over at epicallygeeky.com. You can find us both on the Epically Geeky show as well as Marginally Geeky. So check it out, man.
Yes.
Man. So on behalf of me and my dum-dum co-host, everybody have a good night.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Okay. And then
Bye.
bye.
So dumb.
I know. It's because I hate the way that I sound on this freaking show, and so I don't know how to talk anymore on it.
Yeah, I don't like how I sound either.
Which
That's
is
okay.
bad because, well, no, I like hate the way that I talk. Not like the sound of my voice, but just like my general day-to-day fucking speech patterns.
Why?
I don't know. I just sound stupid. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, so I can't figure out how I want to start or finish the show.
Just make something up. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Just say, "Hey guys, welcome to the show." Boom.
No. I'm gonna hate the way I say that too.
I mean, do you want me to start saying, "Hi, welcome to the show"?
No, because you're gonna say it like that, Ron Swanson.
Yeah. What do you have to? You don't have to have a big production about it.
No. Okay, should we do a show card?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. I don't know what. Trying to think. What did we talk about?
We talked about instrumentals.
Yeah. I feel like I'm
I.
off. I feel like I'm off, and that's not making the show as funny as it can be.
Why are you off?
I don't know, cause just I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so talked about instrumentals.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
talked
Toto
about
again.
bands. You more talked about songs. I more talked about bands. We talked about Metallica and Lady Gaga and how that would be just such a good show. And then we kind of rambled. This is a
As
good
per
rambling episode.
as per usual,
Yeah, but even a little bit more than usual. We did a good amount of off-topic rambling, which is
for sure.
always good.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, fun. Hey guys, on this week's episode of Epic Rhythm and Brews, Parker and I let you in on some of our favorite instrumentals. Well, I let you in on some of my favorite instrumentals. Parker goes off on like a random tangent about like 10 different bands.
It's like a couple bands.
It's like 10. I counted.
And then we also ramble a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because why the fuck not? We mentioned Toto again.
Yeah, that might be a reoccurring theme, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
So yeah, so strap on and ooh, not strap on.
Strap in.
Ooh, no, 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 now I
Strap
have to
on.
delete.
Oh no.
No,
Strap on.
I'm done. Let's
I
do
think
this.
you should leave that though,
Not going to.
because that's pretty fucking awesome.
Mm.
Strap on.
Leave me alone. I don't want to do it now.
Do you want me to do the show card?
I don't care.
Okay.
Do it. Don't do it. Who fucking cares? No one's listening anyway.
All right. Tell me when, and then I'll go.
3, 2, go.
Hey everybody. This week's show we talk about a bunch of instrumentals, and I get to do the show card because Lainey is has a bunch of marbles in her mouth.
Shut up.
But yeah, we ramble on for a little bit, you know, in our usual style, and we talk about Toto yet again for the third time, and it might be a thing.
Forever and ever. Amen.
It might, exactly. Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Okay.
What you got?
We'll fade into it.
I got nothing else.
I should make for like a couple of shows. I should just make the intro Toto.
Oh man, that would be so good.
I thought about doing it as like an Easter egg at the very end this week, but I was like, no, that would be stupid.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
We need to look into getting our own theme. Here, I'm going to stop the broadcast.